Today, the same chapter is there, internal trade, and today the topic is different. Yesterday we discussed about the internal trade and its features, and today we will discuss about the types of internal trade, in which the following topics will be covered by me. You should watch the video attentively, then only you comes to know about it. And after that, if you have any problem, you may ask your queries on my personal number. So I'm just revising the definition of internal trade as I told you yesterday. Internal trade is a type of trade which is performed by the businessman within the geographical location of the country, or we can say within the geographical boundaries of the country, in which all type of activities will be controlled by one government only, that is called domestic government, and the currency which can be utilized by the company under the internal trade will be domestic currency. If we are going to start our business in India, then we have to use rupees as a domestic currency to perform all type of internal trade activities in our country. That is why internal trade is an important trade which helps in the economic development, as well as it contribute about 80% in the GDP of our country. That is why we can say it is an important part which helps in deciding the economic development of the country also. So generally there are two types of internal trade is present in our country. The first one is wholesale trade, the another one is retail trade. So today I will give you the meaning of wholesale trade and retail trade, and the services to manufacturer performed by wholesaler. So these topics we will cover today. We will discuss about the wholesale trade. It is a type of trade which is performed by the people, in which they directly purchase the goods from manufacturer in a large quantity, and also they sell out their product to the retailer in a small quantity. That is why we can say wholesaler is the first person who connected with the manufacturer and retailer, or he create the link between manufacturer and retailer to sell out the product in the market. And also it is an important trade which has been dealing the one line of product or single line of product, in which they provide different varieties of one line of product to the customer, and also he performed the different services towards the manufacturer and retailer. The another one is retail trade. Retail trade is a type of trade in which the retailer directly purchases the product from wholesaler and sell it to the customer. He is an important person in the distribution network because he creates the direct relations with the customer who is ready to purchase the product in the market. So retailer generally deals in different variety of products because he is available in the locality, and he have the duty to satisfy the need of the different type of customers, in which some customer want highly qualitative product, whereas some customer want to satisfy their needs by using the duplicate products also. So that we can say it is a responsibility, it is a duty of a retailer to provide the product to the customer whatever customer demanded. That is why we can say the retailer also plays an important role in the distribution network. Now comes to the point, services to manufacturer, in which we have to discuss that what type of services the wholesaler is providing to the manufacturer. As I told you, manufacturer is a person who produces the product for the customer, and he cannot deal with the customer directly, so he appoint wholesaler and retailer in the distribution network to create the availability of its product at the distance part of the country. That is why the wholesaler and retailer plays an important role in the distribution network also. So These are the different services which are performed by the manufacturer, performed by the wholesaler for the manufacturer. In which the first one is facilitating large scale production. It's mean the wholesaler provide the marketplace of the product produced by the company. So wholesaler also purchase the product in large quantity. So ultimately he insists the manufacturer or producer to produce the product at a large quantity and provide the product directly to the wholesaler. So that's mean the manufacturer can produce the product at a large scale and also directly transfer it to the wholesaler, because wholesaler also providing the plenty of services, like the wholesaler is providing the marketing facility to the wholesaler to the producer. Wholesaler is providing the packing facility to the manufacturer. Wholesaler is also doing the promotional facilities for the manufacturer. So ultimately there are different type of services are also given by the wholesaler to manufacturer. So in which the second one is bearing risk. The wholesaler also helps the manufacturer to distribute the risk between wholesaler and manufacturer, because the wholesaler purchase the product in large quantity from the manufacturer and transfer the product to the retailers in a small quantity. The wholesaler also appoint different retailers in the distribution network. So ultimately the risk will be distributed between manufacturer and wholesaler, and also wholesaler distributed to the retailer, so that we can say the risk of manufacturer can be minimized. The another one is financial assistance. Sometime the wholesaler is also providing the financial assistance or financial support to the manufacturer when the manufacturer face the shortage of fund, so that in that particular condition the wholesaler can provide the cash in advance to the businessman for producing their goods for the customer. That is why the financial assistance is also given by the wholesaler to the manufacturer who face the shortage of fund for producing the product. The another one is helps in marketing. As I told you people, the wholesaler also helps in marketing, because wholesaler provide the general information of the customer to the manufacturer. According to the general information collected from the customer, the wholesaler or the manufacturer can produce the product, because manufacturer do not deal with the customer directly, but wholesaler and retailer connected with the worker and they get the feedbacks from them and they transfer these type of feedback to the manufacturer, and manufacturer can produce the product according to the feedback generated from the customers. That is why we can say the marketing, promotional, packing and collection of information is generally performed by the wholesaler and retailer. The another one is expert advice. Sometimes the product which is produced by manufacturer is not accepted by the customer, because customer want some changes in the product. So these type of advice are also given by the wholesaler to manufacturer, in which the wholesaler can suggest the manufacturer to create some type of changes in their product, to change the packing of the product, like to add some ingredients in the product, like to change the prices of the product, like to change the celebrity of promotion. So like that, these things may be introduced by the wholesaler to manufacturer. Through that the sale of the product can be increased in the market. The last one is storage. Storage means warehousing facilities. As I told you people, wholesaler is a person who purchase the product in large quantity from the manufacturer. So he has to keep the product in the warehouses to keep it fresh for the use. So ultimately the storage facilities are also given by the wholesaler to manufacturer, in which the manufacturer can directly produce large quantity of product, and the manufacturer has to focus over the production of goods only. So other functions will be performed by the wholesaler, because the wholesaler can provide the place for restoring the product. The wholesaler is providing the packing facilities for the product. The wholesaler is also providing the promotional facilities to the manufacturer. So ultimately we can say the wholesaler is an important person who purchase the product from manufacturer and transfer it to the retailer, and retailer can transfer it to the customer. So students, it is related to the whole internal trade, and these two topics, you just look at the whiteboard, or if take the screenshot. Because some points are present in the NCERT book, some points are missing, so you should take the screenshot, you should write it in your fair notebook, and if you have any query related to it, you can ask on my personal number. You should watch the video again and again, because I am noticing that very few students are watching the videos. So if you are not able to watch the video, then ultimately you will not get the things properly, and you will face a lot of problems in the examination. So I suggest you to watch video again and again to know about the topic properly. Or I will send you notes related to it, and 5 questions are there. If you face any problem in solving the questions, you may ask your queries on my personal number. So students, it's enough for today. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.